Hey data fans, Reed here. So I want to do one final follow-up to my series that I've ended up doing actually on visual calculations and comparative lines using the error bars. So in front of us is a final example where I took that idea, and this time what I'm doing is I'm specifically drawing a line that shows the variance size between the first and the last in this case, not just the ones in the middle. So again, using a combination chart, visual calculation, and some error bars, I was able to achieve this using some formulas and a few other visual calculations. So with that being said, let's go ahead, hop into Power BI and see how I built this. All right, so to start the conversation, essentially what I've built out is I have a marker and a position that starts with the first value, whatever that is. So that's where the line connects to, and it will either go over with a downwards connecting line that will either connect below or above, depending on where that last position is, plus a tooltip in here. And you can see that I used 3 visual calcs. I have a line, looks like I have a marker, and I have my tooltip at the bottom. So let's walk through how to build this. So we're going to come over to the tab here, and we're going to come to this visual and add those elements into here. To start with, what I want to do is convert from a column to that clustered column that I mentioned before that works for that. And we're going to add this into the line section. So add a visual calculation. And what this is going to be is I'm going to put in the first variance line, copying and pasting from the other one, but basically just grabbing the value from my first sales, which will be a flat line of this value that will go in here. Putting it in, that's now connecting in here. Now, a couple of little bits of house cleanup. Let's go ahead and drop the data label off of my variance line in there. Turn that off. And then let's change the line color to the orange. And I'll also do a line style of, let's do dashed. I like dashed. Perfect. Now, the next value that we're going to add is essentially the marker to anchor this to the very end. Because if I added an error bar to this line, we'd get it for every period. I only want it for the latest period. So we're going to come and select Add Data. I'm going to use the FFX button, and I'm going to have another calculation to paste into here. So last position marker, and I'll explain the logic. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually using the last month and year. If I did last sales, if there were ties, you might get a dot in multiple locations in here. So if the last month and year, which in this case would be December 2025, equals any period that it's looking at, so across any of these, it will return that first variance line, otherwise return blank. So you'll see this right here where it is producing the value there, and it gives us an option to take this and anchor it from the sales amount, connecting it here to produce that line. So again, with a little bit of cleanup, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the line chart. I'm actually going to turn it off, and by that, just take the width, drop that to 0 for the line, and I'm also going to ensure that there we go, turn it off entirely. So we have that disabled there, but I can add an error bar to that. So I'm going to go to error bars, and I'm going to go to my last position marker, turn that on, and if I add my sales, how far is this from sales? Drop that in here. There's my connection point in here. So now I can drop my marker off. I can change my bar to match the color, put that as orange. There we go. Now, depending on, how much you might want to make it stand out, you might even be able to say make the outline a little bit thicker, depending on what you're wanting to do, or just drop the border entirely and just have if you go to 0, just have the line into there. So dealer's choice on what designs you might want for that. I actually like the white outline because if it's on top of this, it helps it stand out. Turn off the tooltip. And again, the thing that I did on my other one is I also ensured that the data label would show what that percentage is, so you actually know the difference between the two of them. So to save a little bit of time, I'll show you the final result of that one. But this process of basically adding in that initial line, and then similar to my other videos, using the bar to represent the delta between them and connect the two, and then just finally having something in a tooltip maybe, where in this case there's a visual calc from first to last, and that's just a calculation where I do 1, subtract the division of first divided by last to get it as a percentage, and then format it so I can see on any of these that is 40%. I tried to see if there was a way to do a data label, but similar to the problem where visual calcs can't be used on standard data labels, they also cannot be used on error bar data labels. So even though I tried to replace this to maybe show that percentage at one of these periods, I wasn't able to do it unless The only way you might be able to in this case is you would have to write an actual measure in the model to calculate all of this, which would, in this example, I think overcomplicate it a bit. So I opted to instead choose a tooltip label to display this. But this helps to simplify the visual a little bit. And if you're looking to specifically compare your first and your last category, whether or not that's state, a categorical name of something else from your model, this will give you that result to be able to bring that in and show that in the visualization. But overall, this is, as I said, I think the final video that I'll do for the moment on this chart and the upgrades for that. But as always, if you found this video useful, don't forget to drop a comment down below in the comments section or any suggestions for a future video. If you have any desire to check out some of our other related content, you'll find that here in the upper left. And as always, liking, commenting, subscribing does continue to help this channel grow. And with that being said, as you all know, that means I will see you in my next video.